Hi you guys, it's Linnea with a video for ThermOWeb, and today I'm going to be using some Deco foil flock transfer sheets and a little snowman die to kind of paper piece or flock piece together a little card. Now this card is inspired by a quilt pattern, and I will have a photo of that on the ThermOWeb blog. When I tried to add it into this video, it distorted the photo and it stretched it, and you couldn't really tell what the pattern was. So I will add that to my blog post over on the ThermOWeb blog so that you can see what my photo inspiration is. So I'm just going to be using some white cardstock and the iCraft Easy Cut 6x6 adhesive sheets to transfer the flock onto cardstock, and that way I can die cut it with that snowman die. So I added the 6x6 adhesive sheets onto a piece of cardstock, removed the backing, and then I'm going to transfer the Deco foil flock onto it. Now remember, when you are adding flock onto cardstock, you want to put the flock face down into the adhesive. So it should be fuzzy side, pretty side of the flock into the adhesive. And then I just run that through my die cutting machine so that I could use the pressure to really transfer the flock onto the cardstock. Now I used 5 different colors: ruby red, black velvet, white latte, green envy, and orange glow. And I love using the flock transfer sheets because you could see me kind of rub my fingers there on the black flock. It doesn't rub off once you've transferred it into the cardstock. And you can use this like you would cardstocks. You can ink on this, you can stencil, you can stamp, you can even, I've done coloring with alcohol markers on the flock transfer sheets. And it's so fun because it has this added texture to it, like the fuzzy little snowmen. They're just so cute. So I used that snowman die, and I die cut all of my little snowman pieces. So I used the black velvet for the hat and for the eyes, and the green envy for the little holly leaves. I'm just going to use some iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive to adhere all of these little pieces together. I like to use liquid glue when I'm working with the flock transfer sheets because there is some texture and some grit on this flock. And the iCraft adhesive, the Ultra Bond, just really holds tight. I'm just going to glue all of these together. I did cut enough pieces for there to be 4 little snowman heads. So I'll just glue all of them together, and then I can kind of start working on my actual background. I have a plaid piece of paper from a Pink and Main Christmas paper pad, and I'm just going to kind of stack these 4 little snowmen in a square in the center of my card. Again, I will use some iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive to really glue these down onto the cardstock and make sure that they're not going to move around. And also, using the liquid adhesive gives me a minute or two to kind of wiggle these little snowmen into place. You could definitely use a tape runner adhesive because the back of these is cardstock because we transferred the flock onto cardstock. So really you're just gluing cardstock onto pattern paper, so you could definitely use a tape runner adhesive, but I like the liquid glue because you can wiggle those little pieces into place and make sure you have them right where you want them. Now my cardstock piece is cut to 5.5 by 5.5. I'm going to be creating a 6x6 inch square card. So to create a card base, I need 2 pieces of cardstock. One I cut to 6x6, and that will be my card front. Another one I'm going to cut to 6 inches by about 6.5 inches. And then I'm going to grab my scoreboard here and score it at 6 inches, and that's going to leave me with about a 1/2 inch flap that I can fold over and really score with my bone folder. This is going to be the flap for the card that will let it open and close. I'm just going to add some strong adhesive onto the front of this flap. Now, again, you could use liquid adhesive, but that will take just a minute or two to dry, so you'd want to put something heavy on your card while you do that. So for this, I prefer to use double-sided adhesive. I'm using 1/4 inch tape, so I'm going to need to just put 2 lines of this tape onto that flap to completely cover it. I'll peel it back about halfway, and then I will add that 6x6 piece on top. So this will be the front of my card, and that fold is going to be hidden on the inside, so you won't even be able to tell that I kind of had to create my own card base here. Then I'm just going to burnish that on, and just like that, I have a 6x6 inch card base. All that's left to do now is just to glue this pattern paper and the snowmen onto my card base. I'm again going to use some iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive and just glue this on. And again, I'm using the liquid adhesive so I can wiggle this into place. I added a sentiment onto the front of my card, and I did pop that up with some iCraft double-sided foam adhesive squares. And that is going to complete this card. Again, remember to head over to the ThermOWeb blog to see my inspiration photo. It's this cute little quilt, and I thought that it was just adorable with this little snowman on it. I hope you've enjoyed this paper-pieced flock snowman card. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!